Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, whenever I say, hey, those cruise parents are the worst, or people say, hey, why are those parents so bad? Well, I have that story topped. Any story that you could possibly think of about bad cruise parents. These two cruise parents have to be the worst you've ever heard. So normally when we talk about cruise parents, we're talking about parents with little kids. Perhaps they're letting their kids cry in the theater all the time, or they're letting them run rampant on, the pool deck, or they're piling in all their 6 and 7-year-old kids into the hot tub, or they're trying to sneak their 9-year-olds into the adult area. No, those aren't the, those can be annoying cruise parents, if you will. These two cruise parents are the worst. So picture this. You're an adult and you're just sitting there one day and you get a phone call. And it's a collection agency giving you a call saying, you owe us over $10,000 in credit card money that you don't, that you charged and didn't pay. And he says, well, I don't have a credit card with that company. And they say, yes, you do. And you owe $10,000. We're calling to make a payment plan. And then you all of a sudden see your credit score dropping down because of these charges. Only after investigating and finding out, they say, well, what was my charges? What was I supposed to have been doing? Finding out it was to travel on cruise ships. And the only people you realized recently who didn't normally travel, who suddenly took 2 cruises this year, were your parents. And you come to find out that your parents opened up credit cards in not only your name, but your brothers or sisters' names as well. And then racked up charges. And now have defrauded on those credit cards, hurting your credit score and your financial, you are now financially liability. And it now has the question, what do you do? Do you call the police? Like, this is a federal offense, right? This is credit card fraud, federal offense, stealing identity. I mean, having your credit card stolen and everything is a pain in the butt. But can you imagine finding out it was your parents who did it? And now you're there and I go, now what do I do? Do I get my parents in trouble with the police? Do I, have them thrown in jail? Do I try and pay this on my own? But when you confront your parents, and at first they deny it and everything, but finally it did come out, and they finally did admit that not only did they open the cards under his name, they opened it up under the other siblings as well, with the intention that they were going to pay the monthly payments so the kids would never find out. Well, they found out because they spent so much money that they could no longer afford the payments on the cards that they took out. But other than that, they didn't seem too remorseful. In fact, when confronting the parents, now, here's where I really say they are the worst parents ever. Worst parents ever. When he confronted them and said, well, what am I supposed to do? How am I going to, I can't pay this money. I don't have that money to pay these cards. I can't afford to cover your debt and my own mortgage and everything that I already have. What am I supposed to do? And the father said, well, maybe you should just declare bankruptcy. The father suggested that he declared bankruptcy to clear his stolen money's debt. And then you thought that was bad. Then you think that's bad. Before that happened, like the mother, as he's saying that, the mother says, well, wait a minute. if you're going to declare bankruptcy anyway, go out and get us some more cards so we can travel some more and then declare bankruptcy. I kid you not. This is something somebody is actually dealing with right now. Their parents are so bad that the mother said to make further debt and further, credit card fraud, basically, so they can travel and then declare bankruptcy and ruin your financial future. Forget about ever buying a home. Forget about getting a nice car. Forget about all that stuff, right? Wow. Wow. Can you imagine finding this out? And all so they can cruise. All so they can cruise. And it's the lack of remorse that seems to be coming from the parents at all. At first you might say, well, yeah, they're probably, we were trying to pay the credit card. We didn't want them to know. We thought we could get away with it. We're sneaky. We're bad. We're sneaky. But then to tell them to get further into debt so they can travel some more was just an abomination of parenting. And so this person put this out on a Reddit post asking, what should I do? And first of all, pretty much everybody agrees that they are the worst parents in the world, right? The worst cruise parents especially. And many of them say, don't let them get away with this. Contact the police, have them charged, because don't ruin your future and your financial future because of their fraud and their breaking the law. And that is all well and good, right? That's all well and good. Now I'm thinking back to my own situation. If my mother or father had done this to me, could I have thrown my mother or father in jail? I don't know. We have tremendous, although this would make me lose a lot of respect. And I know my mother and father would never do this. Their ethics were beyond reproach when it comes to how you treat other people. And I'm proud to say I think that they instilled that into me and my sister, and we hopefully instill that into our children as well. Treat everybody with respect until they show they don't deserve it. Plain and simple. But I don't know if I could ever throw my own parents in jail, even if they did this. But I'll tell you, how awkward would that Thanksgiving dinner be now when your parents come back from that cruise that you just took out more credit cards so they could fraud. And guess what? If they said for him to do it, what's to stop them from doing it again if they know he's going to declare bankruptcy? I would not trust these parents with anything. And I'm afraid, yeah, I think you would have to call the police on them. But wow, I'm curious, what would you guys do? Now think back how much you love your parents. Could you have them thrown in jail? I don't know. I don't know. But boy, if any parents deserve to be, these parents deserve to be.